all the self-development and awareness of myself and start to discover parts of myself which I didn't even know that I have them. That you don't want that. You want people that will laugh, share, cook for you, or take you for a walk, or anything that you like it, like share the life. And then you'll be able to find the strength in yourself to deal with everything else. It's a matter of choice if you choose to stay a victim or if you choose to see the bright side and the full glass every single day and take the days as they come, one at a time.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Welcome back, everyone, to another fabulous episode of Hotel Talk. Today I have with me a lovely lady who I met again because of hotels, because of this hotel, St. Raphael Resort and Marina, and because of a lovely club that we're both members of, which is the Global Women Club, which the founder, Mirella Sulla, has also done an absolutely amazing episode. If you guys missed that episode, make sure you go back and check that one out. And also our director in Limassol, Elizabeth Villiger Tufexis, did another episode here. So my goodness, we have a lot of global women on this show. Laura Stefania Efthimiou is the creator, the founder, and the owner of a company called Design with Moss. And that's where the hotel is connected. So not only did we meet on the grounds here at the Sailors' Rest and now during our monthly meetings, but also supporting each other as we should always do as women, with her beautiful company that is very, very interesting. She's going to tell you all about that herself, but basically does different creations, I should say, with moss design that lasts. And we've got a lovely, lovely painting or piece of wall art that's actually hanging in our wedding coordinator's office that was designed specially for us. So do check that out when you're here. Laura, thank you so much for being here with us. And I can't wait to have this discussion.
Thank you very much, Farah, for inviting me here. It's lovely to be here. It's a very nice atmosphere. And yes, we have a long story of global women, ladies, and I'm happy to meet you because we meet first time through that club. So yes, that is great. And here, obviously, to Sailors Restaurant.
Well, I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler alert for all our listeners in that we are going to talk a lot about being a single parent, being a single mother on this episode. However, I want to start at the beginning and ask Laura really about her background, where she is originally from, how she ended up in Cyprus, how she started her company. So tell us a little bit about you. Take your time. We want to know it all.
Okay, thank you. I'm originally born in Romania, in a town called Tulcea, where is the Danube. I was growing up, going to school over there on a family of 4 with my brother. I can say that my childhood, it was nice without the worries. It was a beautiful childhood. Back then I been grow up on a communist area where I can say that a lot of people, they were struggled financially, emotionally. We didn't have access to TV, books, and so on. So the life, it was pretty simple. In our case, it was rich, goods, no worries because of my parents' jobs, so I can enjoy the childhood. But even though I could see around me and the mentality that I grow up that we have restriction, we cannot be free, we actually learn to be a survivor that and a fighter to try to get those things that we want in life. So for me, it's one of the greatest things that I am grateful for because I learned that steps, let's say, and I could take it with in my life and applicable every time and everywhere I went. So, yeah, that's good.
That's amazing. And you mentioned your parents' jobs. What jobs did they do?
My father, it was a very well-known mechanic, and we have a lot of. He was having a lot of clients that obviously the money was an issue. And my mom, it was a mayor of a village in the south.
Wow.
So we have access to a lot of stuff that other people, they struggle with, like good food, and we have a car to drive around. We have a color TV. So yes, maybe it sounds a little bit strange now, but these are the days of 80s and 70s, 80s, and until 89 when actually the revolution came and the communist area went down. So yeah, my brother, I remember he was wearing Adidas and jeans, and we have Lux and gel douche Lux that it was a luxury. You could not find it. I remember the oranges. We didn't have them on the supermarket, okay? So we have them as a goodie bag on the Christmas because of my mom's job. So it sounds really strange for my child if I say now, but these are the times that I grew up.
But it would have really made you appreciate and have all this gratitude that you hold with you forever to appreciate small things, simple wins. That, as you said, maybe now someone would say, but what? You know, who cares about that? But it's so true. And that's something you can hold with you forever.
Yes, of course. It's like I remember my first phone, like a big, huge phone, Motorola. We all know what it was. I had it when I was in university. Well, now the times they're changing, and my son has a phone and a tablet since they are nearly born. So it makes you indeed to appreciate and be grateful for small things, for a good food that you can have, for a good car that you can afford to buy, clothing, trips, anything that you want to do in life, because you know how it was. You know that even to read a book, a personal development book, it wasn't that easy to find. We didn't have access to internet, not a chance. We have 2 hours of TV every day, while that it was 20 minutes of cartoons and the rest of them politics. So it was a different time. It was totally different times.
So what brought you, where did you study? What did you do? Where did you work? What brought you to Cyprus?
I study finance and banking because I was doing the secondary school on the same area. Parallel, I was playing basketball professional for 4 years, and I was doing the School of Arts for 4 years as well. And then when I was finished, because it was the communist area and it was a girl, and my father was saying that it's a secure job to be in an office, I was following the path of accountancy, which it wasn't my calling, but we listen to parents, so all of us, we do.
Probably it set you up for a good,
yes,
good base in life.
Yes, base in life, because it's giving me a security, and we know that accountancy and financing, it's always there. So it's perfect. And then when I was living in Ireland, I was doing my master in business administration, so I followed that path.
So 1 minute, how did you get from Romania to Ireland?
First, I come on Cyprus.
Okay, via Cyprus. We need the map. How did it work out?
My mother came on Cyprus in 1996 because before a few days to finish the high school, my father passed away. And we start to struggle financially. The times has changed because in 1999 the communist regime fell down. And then we start to struggle. And my mom was having a friend that was living in Nicosia, and she decided to visit Cyprus. Then I realized that her father, actually my grandfather, is Greek. So that's why her and me, when we come first time on Cyprus, we felt that something is here, like it's home, and we felt relaxed. So she came here. Then she married a Cypriot man. Back then in 96, I was coming on holidays in winter and summer holiday. And then I decided when I finished the university in 99, I decided to come and stay in Cyprus. I could not work back then because, as we know and all remember, Romania and Cyprus, it wasn't an EU. So as a Romanian, you need a visa to work legally or to get married with a Cypriot person and to be able to work. Lucky for me, my mom married herself and I get the citizenship by adoption. Even though I was old enough, we find a way legally to get adopted and to have the citizenship. So then I start to work. But before that, I'm wearing a chain, on my neck. That is actually my first job, illegally, let's say. It was 12 hours per day, and I was cleaning, cooking, making coffees, whatever in the kitchen. And when I took my first salary, I went and I want to buy something that will stay for years. So I didn't even have enough money because it was £200 back then. And my salary, it was 180. But this is for me, showing to me after 26 years, what I was and what I am.
That's so nice. Do you wear that every day?
Yes, I'm not even taking it off. Like rarely, occasionally I'm taking it off.
Just to like remind yourself of, what you've achieved and what you're capable of.
Yes. Like
good for you.
Looking at the life that how many times I fell and come back again, it stays there with me. So it's showing me that, you can do it. Like you say in the morning, I love you. That is showing to me that, yes, I can do it. So when I come on Cyprus after I was able to work, legally. So my first job, it was an office, obviously accountant, follow the path. And then I met my first husband and we flew to Ireland. It was easier.
And he was from where?
It was Romanian, but he was living in Ireland back then.
Okay.
So we decided that between Cyprus and Ireland, it was better to go and Dublin and Ireland. So here we go. And I end up in Ireland. I use
Great place. A lot of fun.
Yes, lots of fun. A beautiful country. I managed to use my skills in university, so I ended up working for Microsoft. I was the cash collector manager to Europe. And again, I was blessed because I could buy my own house, have the car, like no worries, make a life that it was really beautiful. But unfortunately, I divorced and come back in Cyprus. In 2009, I guess I come back. Yes, something like that.
So you came back?
I come back and I start to work as well. And then I meet my second husband. And in 2012, my son was being born. Again, find myself in a beautiful lifetime, being a wife, being a mother. But as everything in life, the times was coming again and I find myself divorced, but this time with a 6-year-old boy. So the things and the times and the reality was changing. It wasn't just about me.
So can I ask you then, having gone through 2 divorces, and they say, don't they, in life, that divorce is one of the most harrowing experiences anybody can go through, that death and moving a house, psychologically, the toll it takes on people. And I think we forget about that in this day and age because divorce is so common, almost too common. And I mean, the divorce rate is 1 in, 3 in some countries, probably even more in Limassol. And it's just like, okay, well, that's normal. And people don't really take that moment to say, oh my goodness, are you okay? Did you get through it? Without assigning blame or anything, but really understanding what someone has been through to lose, whether it's the version of their future that they fell in love with, or whether it was their life partner that they have been disconnected from, whatever, their home, their physical home, their comforts. So having gone through 2, could you maybe sum up the differences or how you felt at both times and what you've learned from that?
I can say that when I come back in Cyprus after the first divorce with no children, which was the reason that I divorced, everybody was telling me, you are so lucky.
Because he didn't want children?
Yes.
Okay.
And you are so lucky that you don't have a child. And I was like, how come that, this is what I want? How you can tell me lucky? Second time when I get divorced and I had a child, I realized why I was lucky first time. Because I could close the door, I could cry, I could gather myself up and move on. But in the second time, you have a child and you need to share the responsibility. And it's not even to deal with your own broken dreams, as you say, and the family and the comfort and everything. It's actually, you need to make a peace, to accept it for the sake of benefit of the child, because you want the child to grow. No matter what's happened between the adults, you want the child to be happy, to get a reality that is okay to, this is the reality. The parents, they are divorced, but we need to move on and still need to be positive, still need to find the strengths and everything to keep going and move on in life. So
do you think did you allow yourself time in the second divorce to grieve that loss, or did you just not have that luxury because you had to always show a brave face to your son and then move on from there?
No, I allow myself because I realize that I don't want my son to grow up and to find out that everything is pink in life. Okay, even if two parents they are married or not, the relationship, you have difficulties in life. So yes, my son find me and saw me crying. There are moments when I say like I'm not feeling good, we cannot go in the park. There were times when like he saw me laugh. He's my greatest support, I can say that. So I want
He's a lovely boy. I've met him. Really, really a lovely boy.
Thank you very much. I want to picture him that this is life with good and bad. And yes, unfortunately, it's happened. But we need to make the best of it and to erase above the struggles and keep moving on.
And are you on a good relationship with his father?
Yes, we are in
you managed to co-parent.
Yes, for the sake of it. And actually, funny enough, I can say that after giving my son, which I want so much in my life, he actually gave me the second best present. Because after the divorce, and I'm still single and still taking the road of self-development and try to find out the answer to the why, he pushed me to this road where I find all the self-development and awareness of myself and start to discover parts of myself which I didn't even know that I have them. Be a better person, be a different person, more happier. So as funny it sounds, and unfortunately in life we change ourselves after, as you said, like a big loss, even if it's a death or a divorce. In my case, I choose to be happy. I choose to make a better life. I didn't want to be a victim. I didn't want to get on that side because it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to complain, to blame everybody else. But I don't want to be in 5 or 10 years or 15 years down the line unhappy person and lose the time why this and why that and why my dream is broken. Okay, I will make others. I will find other ways. I'll be happy.
I'll make a new dream.
Yes.
That's amazing. I love that. And your ex-husband is from Cyprus?
Yes, it's on Cyprus. We're living in Larnaca, so pretty much we are close. We're sharing the responsibility of the son. Obviously, it's much more with me because he's living with me. But yes, I can say that I'm lucky because I even have the chance to share the responsibility of educating a child with him. There are other persons out there. I have friends that the father, they're not present anymore. And it's so difficult. Among all the struggles, financially, emotionally, mentally, you need to be 100% father and mother for that child. So in my case, my mom is still living in Cyprus, is living with me. She was helping me since day one with David to drive to school, to cook for us, to clean, which for me was like a huge release to give me time to cry, to find out answers, to gather myself, and to be able to work and to get my energy to be a better person. But there are so many persons out there that foreigner in Cyprus, as you know, we don't have a big family, okay? So you don't have where to go to ask for help like brother and sisters and uncles and aunts. In my case, it's my mom. My brother, unfortunately, passed away 4 years ago. So my father is dead. So it's so difficult. It's so difficult to find that support around you, that friends that they can stand and ask you. Because when you go home and you close the door, behind that door, nobody knows what's happened.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why social connection and friendship is so important. And also appreciating ourselves and lifting ourselves up. So what would your advice be to people listening who are single parents? How to raise a well-rounded child, a confident child, a secure child, when maybe you don't feel that secure yourself at that moment? What would your advice be?
And from my experience, it's like, first of all, as you say, like we need to be happy with ourselves. We need to find way for us to be happy. I start dancing. I start to be more creative. Although that the creative side, it was over there for all my life, but it was somewhere buried. So I took it out through the company that we talk later on. Do things in life that is making you happy every single day. Eat well, sleep. I know that it sounds cliche, but if you don't sleep well, you cannot perform to your maximum. With the burning and the emotional struggle that you have, if you are not in mental health good in that day, you cannot do anything. Like, not even be positive or be calm around your child, like a small task. So taking care of yourself is a must. Okay. And then the second one, for me, it was the peer group, the support group, the people that actually can empower you, bring you positivity with a smile or a word or something, because you're getting around people that will say, oh, poor you, what's happened with you? You don't want that kind of people, because that will bring you down. So you have enough on your plate that you don't want that. You want people that will laugh, share, cook for you, or take you for a walk, or anything that you like it, like share the life. And then you'll be able to find the strength in yourself to deal with everything else.
Beautiful words. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's going to help a lot of people. Do you have any regrets?
I used to have, but I choose to look at them as life experiences. Because even after the 2 divorces, I learned a lot. And if I can say that I have a regret, is that I didn't have access to the personal development world and environment earlier in my life, in my state, when I was younger, okay? Because I could learn more and I could be in a different position today. But as we very well know in life, everything happened with on the right time. So it looked like my journey, it's supposed to be, and my awakening, let's say, it was to happen after the second divorce. But definitely at this moment in time, I cannot say that I have regrets. It's a life journey. It's something that I learn a lot. I'm discovering every day something else, something new. And I can say that I'm grateful that I can show to my child, which is 10 years old now, this world of self-awareness, positivity, mindset, and so on. So for him, will not take 40 years to get there.
To have that self-realization.
Yes.
To be able to grow up with it. I completely agree. I guess the Dalai Lama is not the person to quote at the moment, but he did say, if every 8-year-old was taught the art of meditation, the world would be a much better place. And
Yes.
And that quote is still true, whatever else has happened since, but it's so true. And definitely something I try and impart to my children, just to love themselves, be proud of themselves, and know that the sky is the limit.
It's very nice if you talk with them. They are so much connected to themselves, and when they ask them a question, they answer immediately, like they have the answer in the pocket.
Yeah.
While us as an adult, we need to connect with ourselves and think for a minute. So if we can
put all of these social norms out of the way before we really answer authentically.
Yes.
Whereas for kids, it's just that.
So if we can encourage them to keep that size, as growing older, definitely the world will be a better place.
Connect with the person within, with the child within.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Although sometimes I don't know if it holds me in good stead because I'm maybe too honest for my
but
my own good. But
I'm sure that many times you actually maybe you have a question in your mind and you didn't know what decision to take. And if you ask the child with like so calm and serenity, he will say, Mom, obviously you need to do that.
Yeah.
While you struggle to find the answers. It's like, how come a 6, 7, 8 years old be so secure and sure about that? And you as an adult to the experience and,
truth from the mouth of babes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Design with Moss.
Design with Moss was coming after the first divorce. So all my energy in 2019, all
its creativity came out of the mayhem.
Yes, it was actually the story starting from, I was looking on my own house to cover a panel, which was in a living room. And I want something different. I didn't want a mirror or a frame or something different. And for 2 years was there and I didn't decide what I want to do. And then a friend of mine was showing me this green material, preserved moss. and because I like the nature and all the shapes of green, I say, okay, let me see what it is. I didn't know what it was that. And then I discovered that it's very well known. It's an alternative wallpaper. It's called Biophilic Designs. And it's coming from Europe from more than 12 years now. Obviously, in America, it's much more older than that. And it's one new approach on interior design, which people they're using nowadays. So instead to cry, let's put it that way, I start to create. Obviously, I've done my frame. I cover my panel in the house. And then another friend, that's why I say that it's so important to have the right people around you. She was saying, Laura, you always done christening and weddings and decorations, and my own house is decorated by me. Let's do arrangements and decoration with moss, and let's go and sell it. So this is how the journey starts. So from then, it was interview on TV. I never actually think to be a businesswoman, like I want to do something, and I was just looking for something to spend the energy. I remember that I could sit 10 hours to create something, and I didn't realize that I'm thirsty or hungry, or it was so nice. So, and obviously it was giving me pleasure because I create something that somebody will be happy and it stays for years.
Spreads the love and the joy and the positivity.
Yes.
How long does it last?
It lasts between 7 and 10 years with two main conditions that needs to be followed, like
out of the sunlight.
Yes, because it's using on this product that I'm using is for the interior spaces, restaurant, hotels, offices. So you cannot put it outside, and especially not in Cyprus with the sun. It's no maintenance, literally is no maintenance, because you create the frame or the wall or the arrangement in a small size, and you don't need to do anything. There are health benefits behind. On a larger surfaces, you can see an improvement on a respiratory issues if you have like an allergy or bronchitis. David was having when he was younger. The air will be.
Why is that? Because it's not living moss.
It's not a living. It's a preserved one. Preserved moss with a process that it's when it's pick it up from the natural environment, the companies they will preserve it through a technical process with glycerin, and it's adding the color. Because in these days there are more than 40 shades of colors that are available for dark green. Red, white, black, natural color, it's a white, but it's not clear and it's not that beautiful. So the concept of biophilic designs, bringing on the house, incorporate the nature in your house. Obviously, the nature is green. So,
but does it absorb like dust or anything, or does it?
No.
What's the health benefit?
The health benefit is that it's thriving with the humidity on the room.
So
if the humidity for a human person, we need between 40 and 60% to have the humidity on the room to breathe properly, to don't sweat, to have a body temperature correct. So if you have a high humidity, which God bless Cyprus, it's working as a natural balancer in the room. So then you can see that the room is cooler, 2-3 degrees. In the winter, it's like warmer. The air is more clear because it's absorbing the impurities. Very difficult, let's say after maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe you can see the particle of the dust coming on the top of the moss, but you can actually brush it very lightly. Rather than that, you don't need to watering, you don't need to clean it, you don't need any, just create it and hanging on the wall.
Interesting. I love it. My dear, do you have a favorite book or a favorite quote that you'd like to share with us?
Favorite book? I don't have so much time to read the books, I can say. I prefer to listen audio, podcast, and anything is like on YouTube and all the platforms. We even have a rule with David, and we say that every day we need to teach ourselves something that we learn or listened or we saw on that day. So I can say that my inspiration is from the people that they succeed, they are positive, and they're talking about that on social media
platform.
and YouTube and so on. Yes.
Oh, it's lovely. Right then. Well, surprise question. I'm running out of questions. I'm going to get the team to write more.
Oops.
Let's
Sorry.
see. No problem. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll. Hope this is one I can read. Oh, this is more food. Definitely someone from the food and beverage department did this. So tell us your favorite wine pairing. So what wine do you like?
Okay.
What food?
I'm not drinking.
So
I can say that the only it's not even wine, it's a cider. So sometimes because it's the juice between and things. But Romania has good wines, if I can advertise.
Yeah, they do. It's surprising. It's one of the countries we wouldn't automatically associate with wine, and yet,
they have they are well known about that. But unfortunately, I cannot answer.
That's all right. A good cider, that will do. Laura Moore, thank you so much for coming. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close?
Because the whole idea, it was about the single mothers, okay? The power, even if a father or a mother of a, single parent, we have the strength within us. It's a matter of choice. If you choose to stay a victim or if you choose to see the bright side and the full glass every single day and take the days as they come, one at a time.
One at a time. I tell a lot of people that who are going through difficult times, and we've all been through them one way or another. And sometimes it's just a minute at a time or an hour at a time or the day at a time, as you say. And you just don't look forward too much. Just cope with what you have now. Don't worry. Don't let that anxiety take over. Breathe deep and move on.
Sometimes it's okay to be down. It's okay to cry. It's okay to don't want to talk with no one. So it's okay.
Yeah,
just love yourself.
Time.
And tomorrow the sun will come up and keep going. And if you want to achieve something, don't give up. It's very easy. People around you and with all the struggles to say, you will not be able to make it, or don't go there, or it's not good. If you listen to them, you have their own life. But if you live in you create the life you love and the life that you want to be there.
Happiness waits for you.
Yes.
I actually wrote that on my social media yesterday. I put a quote. What was it? The person who says you can't do it shouldn't interrupt the one doing it.
Yes. Yes.
And that's so true. And as you said, just don't be around those negative people. Be around people who fill you up, who lift you up, who pull you up, and just move on.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you so much, Laura. It's been great.
Thank you for having me.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
And to your son. I really hope that you've enjoyed listening to Hotel Talk and this episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us more than you may realize. And also, if you have enjoyed any episode more than maybe another, do share that with as many friends as possible, because whoever gets the most amount of downloads or likes after the first year, we will be donating 1,000 euros to a charity of their choice. So all your listens really help us. If you'd like to stay in touch, don't forget to hop along to St. Raphael Resort and Marina's website, join our Seahorse Club, and email the hotel anytime that you want to come and stay, quoting Hotel Talk to receive an exclusive offer just for you as our valued listener. So thanks once again, and here's to many more amazing episodes with you, our listener, in mind.